Namaste. For those who have either not heard of sage Ashtavakra or have heard of him but have not read about the Ashtavakra Gita, I shall first give a brief introduction to sage Ashtavakra and to the Ashtavakra Gita. The Ashtavakra Gita is an important scripture of Advaita Vedanta. It teaches Jnana Yoga, or the yoga of knowledge. Just as almost all Upanishads are, the Ashtavakra Gita is also a dialogue between a teacher and a seeker, who in this story are the wise sage Ashtavakra and King Janaka, respectively. The Ashtavakra Gita is a rather advanced Advaita Vedanta text. In many ways, it is similar to the Avadhuta Gita, of which the 5th shloka from the 1st chapter goes like this. Vedanta sara sarvasvam jnanam vijnanam evacha ahamatma nirakara sarvavyapi svabhavata. The quintessence of the whole of Vedanta is this knowledge, this supreme knowledge that I am by nature, the formless and all-pervading Atman or Self. Ashtavakra, whose name literally means 8 bends, was a self-realized saint and sage who is also described in the Mahabharata. Ashtavakra was physically deformed and disabled. The fact that such a person has achieved the highest realization and is accepted as a guru by a great king shows that attaining the highest state of self-realization does in no way depend on the appearance, health, or condition of the physical body, and also that self-realization does not cause any transformation in the physical body. The body may be called a temple of the Supreme Self, which can be realized regardless of the form of the temple. Whatever the condition of the physical body, the self or Atman remains free and unaffected by anything. The Greek physician Hippocrates, who lived between 460 and 370 BCE, who is known as the father of medicine, said, "The soul is the same in all living beings, although the body of each is different." Let us get back to Janaka, who was the king of Mithila, or Videha, and father of Sita. King Janaka had 2 gurus, Ashtavakra and Yajnavalkya. Janaka is described in the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He is considered a perfect example of a seeker who attained self-realization despite being successful and powerful and living in luxury. The Ashtavakra Gita has 20 chapters. This presentation contains the 20 shlokas of the first of the 20 chapters of this great life-changing scripture that imparts pure wisdom. Let us now go to the first chapter titled Sakshi, Learning about the Self, the Witness, and about Self-Realization. Shloka 1. Janaka Vacha. Katham jnanam avapnoti, katham muktir bhavishyati. Vairagyam cha katham praptametad bruhi mama prabho. Janaka said, how does one attain knowledge and how does one attain liberation? Please tell me, O Prabhu, how is the state of renunciation achieved? Shloka 2. Ashtavakra Vacha. Muktimicchasi chetate vishayam vishavatvaja kshamarjavadaya tosha satyam piyushavad bhaja. Ashtavakra said, if you desire liberation, my dear child, abandon sensual pleasures like they were poison. Embrace forgiveness, integrity, compassion, contentment, and truthfulness like they were nectar. Shloka 3. Na prithvi na jalam nagnir na vayu daur na va bhavan esham sakshanam atmanam chidrupam viddhi muktaye. You are neither the earth, water, fire, air, nor the sky. Liberation is knowing yourself as the witness of all these manifestations. Shloka 4. Yadi deham prithakritya chitti vishram yatishtasi adhunaiva sukhishanto bandha mukto bhavishyasi. If you separate your body and remain at rest in the mind, free from the illusion of a person, you will be happy, peaceful, and free from bondage. Shloka 5. Natvam vipradiko varno, nashramiнаksha ucharaha, asangosi nirakaro, vishvasakshi sukhi bhava. You are neither a brahmana or of any other caste, an ashrama, nor are you visible to the eyes. You are unattached, formless, and the witness of the universe. Be happy. Shloka 6. Dharma dharma sukham dukkham manasani na te vibo na kartasi na bhoktasi mukta evasi sarvada. Religion and irreligion, happiness and pain exist merely in the mind. You are neither the doer nor the enjoyer. You are always liberated. Shloka 7. Eko drashtasi sarvasya mukta prayosi sarvada ayameva hite bandho drushtaram pashyasitaram. You are the sole witness of everything and are always free. You do not see this, and this causes your bondage. Shloka 8. Aham karteti aham mana mahakrishnahi damshitaha naham karteti vishvasamurtam pitva sukham jara. Thinking I am the doer is like being bitten by a black snake. Drink the nectar of faith, saying, I am not the doer, and you will be happy. Shloka 9. Eko vishuddha bodho hamiti nischaya vahanina prajvalya jnana gahanam vita shoka sukhi bhava. By the fire of knowledge that I am one pure consciousness, burn ignorance, be free from grief, and be happy. Shloka 10. Yatra vishvamidam bhati kalpitam prajyasarpavat ananda paramanandaha sabodhastvam sukham bhava. Where the universe appears to be like the illusion of a snake in a rope, that realization is supreme happiness. Shloka 11. Mukta bhimani muktohi baddho buddha bhimanyapi kim vadanti satyayam yamati sagatir bhavat. Your thoughts determine what you are. If you believe yourself to be free, you are free. If you believe yourself to be bound, you are bound. The saying, as you think, so shall you be, is true. Shloka 12. Atma sakshi vibhuh purna eko muktaschidakriyaha asango nispruha shanto brahmat samsara vaniva. You, the self, are the sole witness, the Almighty, the perfect, the one, the liberated, the inactive. The self is unattached, free from desire, peaceful, and the universe appears to be an illusion in it. Shloka 13. Kutastham bodham advaitam atmanam paribhavaya abhasoham brahmam muktva bhavam bahyamatantaram. Contemplate yourself as still awareness devoid of duality. Dispel the error of viewing yourself as limited consciousness. Forgo the belief in external or internal entities. They are illusory. Shloka 14. Deha bhimana pashina chiram baddhosi putraka bodhoham jnana kangena tannikrityak sukhi bhava. For a long time, you have been ensnared by attachment to the physical form. Cut it with the sword of knowledge of I am awareness and find happiness, my son. Shloka 15. Nissango nishkriyositvam prakasho niranjanaha ayameva hite bandhaha samadhi manutishtasi. You are inherently unchained, without actions, self-shining and pure. Your bondage stems from your persistence in calming the mind. Shloka 16. Tvaya vyaptamidam vishvam tvayi purotam yathartataha shuddha buddha svarupastvam magama shuddha chittatam. The universe is filled with you and woven into your being. For you are pure awareness. Don't let small-mindedness consume you. Shloka 17. Nirapeksho nirvikaro nirbhara shitalashayaha agadha buddhi rakshubdho bhavachin matra vasanaha. You are unconditioned and unchanging, formless and immovable, and of unfathomable and unshakable awareness. Such consciousness is unattached. Shloka 18. Sakaram mandrutam vidhi, nirakaram tu vischaram, etat tattvobadeshena napunarbhava sambhavaha. Know that all that has a form is not real. Only the formless is true and everlasting. Through this enlightenment to reality, you will avoid being trapped in illusion again. Shloka 19. Yathaivadarshavadyasте rupentaha paritastusaha tathaivasmin sharirantaha paritaha parameshvaraha. Just as a mirror exists both with and without reflected images, the Supreme Self exists both within and beyond this body. The earthen pot analogy. The space outside the pot and the space inside the pot are the same. Shloka 20. Ekam sarvagatam vyoma bahirantar yatha ghate nityam nirantaram brahma sarvabhuta gane tatha. Just like the all-encompassing space that exists both within and outside a pot, the ultimate reality is eternal and both inherent within and beyond this body. Here is the last shloka of the Brahmajnana Valimala by the revered Sri Adi Shankaracharya, of whom the seeker is a humble pupil. Antar Jyotir Bahir Jyotihi Pratyak Jyoti Parat Paraha Jyotir Jyoti Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyoti Shivosmyaha. I am the inner light, the outer light, the indwelling light, and higher than the highest. I am the light of the lights, the self-luminous, the supreme light. I am the auspicious one. In the srimadbhagavadgita, Krishna says it with absolute lucidity in Shloka 246 that Brahmajnana, or the realization of the self, is the ultimate goal after attaining which one would not need even the Vedas. In Shloka 28 of the 6th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yunjan nevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparshanam atyantam sukhamashnute. Thus, the sinless yogi, constantly focused on the self, experiences infinite bliss through the joyful contact with Brahman. Why is the term samsparshana, meaning contact, used, and what does Krishna mean by joyful contact with Brahman? My personal interpretation, which I would begin with a question, would be as follows. What is it that you physically touch all the time, even without actually touching it? The answer is Akasha, or the sky. That's right. Akasha is the all-pervading space in which everything exists, including all your so-called deities and celestial beings. The body is in constant touch with space, even when one is in a closed atmosphere such as a building or an automobile. The most important point to note here is that Akasha exists not only outside the body, but also within it, and certainly also within each of the trillions of cells that make up the human body. Akasha is all-pervading. Learning to go deeper to the level of subjective awareness and being one with space without any feeling of separation is the highest state. Aham Brahmasmi. The seeking ends with this realization because there cannot be anything beyond the highest stage of reaching the final undisturbed and pure state of subjective awareness and being all-pervading through jnana or knowledge. The self is all-pervading. Here is Shloka 2 of the Mandukya Upanishad. Sarvagum yetat brahmayam atma brahmasoyam atma chatushpad. All this is certainly Brahman, the self or absolute reality. The self has four aspects. The Atma Svarupa, or the original nature of subjective awareness, I am, is Brahman. arise from avidya or ignorance and stop looking for that outside yourself and realize that you are that. That you are. TAT TVAM ASI. May peace reign in your heart, mind and soul. Thank you. Stay blessed. Jai Shri Krishna.